That sprained ankle of mine is 99% healed, so I'm pretty good on it, and all's well. It's great to get out into some woodlands, especially some that are so beautiful like this, that are absolutely teeming with bluebells. It's a lovely day, sun's out, it's about 9 degrees, it's quite fresh this morning, and oh my goodness me, it's so good to get out again. I hope everybody's okay and life's treating you good. Yeah, so I got like a steady walk in, nothing too bad. I wasn't going to trek miles today. I'm using the French Army F2 tent, and I'm looking forward to sleeping in that because I've never been in that one before. So yeah, I was so looking forward to it, you wouldn't believe it. Yeah, I do, like I say, I hope everybody's well, and yeah, all's going good for you, and it's really good to see you all again. Yeah, so I'll stop waffling on and make my way in, and like I said, I'll pitch the tent. How beautiful. I say the best things in life are free. Well, there you go, they certainly are. Okay, onwards and upwards I go. See you in a minute. Well, what a truly beautiful place, what a good spot here. It's well hidden, and there's no dead standing wood, no dead trees, all's clear. Amongst some lovely oak trees. So, right, I'm going to get on with pitching the tent, and I'll show you around. I'm looking forward to this one. So that's the F2, the French ridgeline tent. The F1 being the canvas version. This is a single wall tent, and it's made of nylon, and I'm very impressed so far. Looks really nice. What do you think? Like it? Not bad, is it? Very old school looking. So what you've got here, you've got like 1, 2, 3 anchor points for the base at the front. You've got another 3 anchor points for the back there, over the back, and you've got a centre one at the bottom and a centre one on the opposite side. So that should be 8 anchor points in total for the base. So you've got 3 tie-out points or anchor points, 1, 2, and a third one at the top, and that's both the same size for these skirts to assist with a rain runoff. Each point is really well stitched, as you can see, really nicely done. And on the underside, it's got like a polyester, like a rubberized strengthener in there. So they're really nice, well made, nice thick webbing. I've changed the ropes that I was supplied. I needn't have, but I've just used my own. See, they're all round. You've got 2 doors either side on this particular model. You've got the aluminium poles, as you can see here, and they've got like they're held together with like an elastic bungee cord. So the older models, I noticed they've got like a spring inside them, but this is a bungee holding it together. Each one's got a foot there, so it won't sink into the ground. You see, I've used like a ground sheet to protect the tent all the more. I didn't need to, but I have, so save like puncturing it or anything like that, and keep it nice and clean. But these poles are really lightweight. These are aluminium poles. There's hardly any weight to those. You've got 3 zippers either side, horizontal, 1, 2, and a vertical, and that's the same both sides. At the base of the tent you've got 8 tie-out points, each with a nice thick webbing loop, and with the stainless grommet for your peg. For each doorway, as I've shown you, you've got your 2 horizontal and your vertical zips. I'm going to do it one-handed. Tricky, but possible. Each one can be rolled up, tied out the way, so you've got a toggle and a loop of fabric around the back, so you can put them up out the way. Very much like the Dutch Army tent, so you can have them up out the way like that. Inside, so much room in here. The length of the tent is 2.1 meters, and the width of the tent is 1.4, and the height is around 1 meters, around 1. But as you can see, I've got loads of room. At each end of the tent, above the doorways, you've got a mesh vent, stop the bugs getting in and help ventilation. And either side, you've also got a mesh panel here. So you can't tell on camera probably, but that's mesh. And each one you can cover up with a Velcro like that. But obviously I'm going to have it down. And you've got that either side as well. There's the view from out the tent. Lovely. You see, there's the other ventilation panel there. You wouldn't believe how thankful I am to get out. It seems like forever, it really does. You know, you've got an injury, and it just seems like they're never going to heal. Like, it just takes forever. Especially when you got a hobby like this, it's like, oh, you really appreciate and value your health. And sometimes we take things like that for granted, don't we? Our health, and health is true wealth in life, not money, not what you acquire, not materialistic things. True wealth is in good health, and boy, do it made me realise, you know. Lovely and peaceful now. I've had a few people walk through, heard some kids a bit earlier on. I haven't seen them as such because obviously I'm well off the beaten path. But no, I haven't seen anybody, I've just heard them. But there's time yet. As for being stealthy, it's relatively stealthy, it's okay. It's not 100%, is it? It's not like having, I don't know, being in a bivvy bag, you know, and under a bush somewhere or other and out the way, but you know, it's nice to show something different on video now and again, and you know, show different things like this tent, like the Dutch Army tent, and What else was shown? The German army pup tent. It's nice to show different things and share them with people and see how we get on overnight with them, and watch other people's reviews of things as well and their opinions. And yeah, it's great. It's a great hobby, and I thank you for joining me. It really is appreciated, and I hope you're enjoying it so far. It's only early on in the video. It's been a bit of a rush really to get this up. It didn't take long, but I just want to get everything set out as quick as I can, and have a drink really, and sit down and be lazy. That's what I do best. Just be a lazy kid. Yeah. But I wish I got smelly vision, I tell you, because with all these bluebells in this woods, it's like, it smells like lilies. It's really heady, lovely smell, as you probably know. But oh, it's gorgeous. Not only is it like a visual thing, you know, you can smell it as well. Lovely smell. Listen to the bird song. I'm going to relax for a bit. I'll do myself a drink. I've got another stove to show. It's I'll show you that in a bit. Of course, it's a meths bioethanol liquid stove, because that's my preference. That's what I prefer. Everybody's different, but it's also optional. Like, you can also be a bit of you can use wood fuel in there. I'll show that in a bit. But it's great to see you again. Basically, that's what I'm saying. It's just great to see you. Being a single wall tent, really, much like a tarp, it's being concealed like this. There's a few videos on YouTube of this particular tent, and there's been the odd condensation build up inside. I'll see how we get on, but there's no bad weather forecast as well for rain, but from my breath inside, it's supposed to build up. I've seen a fair few videos with issues with that. It hasn't been particularly bad, but yeah, I might end up seam sealing everywhere from the inside, especially on along the ridge line of the tent. And basically, yeah, I'll just cover everywhere. I'll use I'll do 50-50 mix of clear silicon sealant. I'll use that, and 50% of white spirits. I'll get it to the right consistency. Should be about 50-50, and I'll brush it on, and I'll do it from the inside. Lovely just to hear the birds. Michael, shut your gob. You can hear slight traffic noise, but it travels for miles, doesn't it? There's no avoiding it, really, unless I go for miles and miles into the forest. And even then you can still hear it sometimes. It's quite windy, the wind's picked up, so I do apologise if there's any wind noise on the camera. It's a right pain, isn't it? But it's just great to be out here and have you join me. I've got a few thank yous to say. I'll do that a bit later on. And I've also got the video. I've got the video of me where I managed to sprain my ankle. Silly boy. Oh dear. See, we all do stupid things. Think you know it all, and you're in for a shock. You're in for a painful lesson. I was in a bit of a rush, and yeah, I'll leave that till later on as well. Yeah, thank you to Tom, that's my son, suggesting that I put it in this video and give you all a laugh at my own expense. It is blooming funny, to be honest. What an idiot. Oh my. I must have been thinking I was a 20-year-old, I don't know what, paratrooper or something or other. You live and learn, don't you? Well, you're supposed to learn anyway. Yeah, so I'll show you that later on. And yeah, by the way, my son, it's Tom. I've yet to get him out on camp, so Tom, come on. Karen's come out with me, that's my partner, if you don't know already. And Tom, it's your turn. You know you want to. He's just got a bit of an internet addiction. You know the way it is. And he's doing really well. We're very proud of him. He's going to Liverpool University very soon. Studying business studies. So yeah, exceptionally proud of you, Tom. Keep it up. Good lad. One hell of a proud dad. One wonderful son. Love you loads. Right, enough of me going on. I'm going to do a drink, and I'm going to show you that that new, well, it's not new, but I'll show you that stove that I was on about. So, see you in a second. Just on the tent itself, I've got the markings been stamped. I've got, I can't make all of it out. The MAFCA and 1992, and this is the bit I can't make out here. It's very hard to. If anybody knows what that'd say there, I'd be much appreciated if you'd tell me. CHA maybe, something. Yeah, but it looks like it was made in 1992. Issued in 1992, but this is brand new. This hasn't been used. This tent hasn't, so it's just been in storage. That's interesting. I'd never noticed this mark before. Well, to be honest, I've never been out in it, so I wouldn't have. But yeah, interesting stuff. Here's the little stove I was on about. As you see, I've got my Trangia burner in there, the standard one, not the military version. The standard one fits in nicely. It's made out of stainless, and it's the Bushbox UL ultralight pocket stove, or so I believe. One of the obvious advantages with the cutout there, you remove the burner and you can burn your wood inside, so you can have it as a wood stove as well. I've yet to do that, to be honest, but as you can see, you've got like a plate inside there, and you can adjust to different levels, but I find the bottom one perfect, just the right distance from the bottom of the pot. The advantage over this, over the triangle, the Trangia triangle, which is a great stove, is this doesn't need a trivet across the top for a 650ml pot or cup like that. This is quite a small cup, and with the triangle I had to make something to fit across. So it's yeah, it wasn't ideal for smaller cups or pots. And that can be a pain, because sometimes you can lose that on the thing that I made for the triangle, the Trangia triangle. This comes with it. This comes with this. When you buy it, the trivet that fits in the top, it snaps into the top. I'll tell you what, once this is boiled and I've got my drink done, I'll take the stove apart and you can see, have a quick look. There's plenty of videos on YouTube, so you can have a look, but it really is a great little stainless stove. Do myself a drink, and I'll show you the stove. Quickly show you the stove. So I'm really thirsty. Got my Sirloin bottle. Filled it with hot chocolate. Plenty in. That's enough for tomorrow. That's plenty. Try and put the lid on without dropping it. Oh, the sun's come out again. Oh, bliss. Bliss. Bliss amongst the bluebells. Right, give that a stir. Oh, double chocky. Oh yeah, cheers. Oh, just what the doctor ordered. I do apologise if there's wind noise on the camera. Not much I can do about it really, but anyway, back to this. It's not a review, because I don't do reviews, do I? It's just a look at, really. This is it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pieces, and it's from Bushcraft Essentials. It's by Bushcraft Essentials. Like I said, Bushcraft Essentials, ultralight pocket stove, and it's made from stainless steel. And believe you me, just because it's not made out of titanium doesn't mean that it's not light. It really is. It's a lot lighter than the Trangia triangle, I believe. Now, all these slot together, much like the triangle, the Trangia triangle. The 3 panels all slot together, and they all slot together around this base here, and that's where your burner will sit on top of that. I said about like you can get another piece like that and it hasn't got, don't believe it has, I'm not sure, don't quote me on it, but it hasn't got these holes in it, or not as big, and that's for like the ash, collecting ash if you're going to use it for wood burning. But let's get to it and put it together. I'll show you how it goes together, nice and easy. Fit it into there like that. You get your next piece and that slots into that one, and the base plate like that, and you hold it, pinch it with your fingers. It really is that easy, but it is rather awkward on camera. And you slot it through like that, go up and across, line it up with the bottom there inside, and then it's very awkward on camera. Then slot it into that one, and there you go. Make sure each one has gone up and slotted in like that all the way around. See, that's where your burner sits on the bottom. And now the trivet for the top, for cooking, for using very small pots and pans, this just clips. If you look, see there and there, it's been cut out, so this trivet will sit inside like that. So that should clip in all the way around. I never use this, as you can tell, like that. So any pot or cup that I use, that 650 Alp kit, titanium Alp kit cup that I use is very small, and that sits on there no problem without that trivet. But anyway, there you go. There's for your feeding your wood in there. If you want to have a wood fire, use it as a wood stove, or you could have your Trangia burner in there, and you can use your what's it called? You can use your snuffer, the simmer ring on top to snuff out the stove. It will fit in there when it's in there, so you can get it in there. Because originally, I think when these first came out, this opening was far more narrow, and the simmer ring wouldn't fit in there properly to be able to snuff the burner out itself. But anyway, I bought this out with my own money. Nobody's told me to show it or anything like that. It's just, I'm just showing you some gear that I've got, another stove, because I mainly use the Trangia triangle, don't I? And To be honest with you, I prefer this. So that's the Bushcraft Essentials, the Bushbox UL outdoor pocket stove. Very nice. As we're all getting older, I've got myself one of these chairs. I've used it in, well, I've used it a lot actually over the last few months, and it's ideal. This one I bought was a bright green. You might have seen it in my other videos if you watched any of those. I toned it down a bit. I've sprayed it with black car paint, and it's come out quite well actually. But I recommend these chairs if you haven't already got one. Most people know about them. But one thing I will say is, if you're going to get one or considering buying one, here's this by Trekology. If you're thinking about getting one of these, I recommend getting the base for it. It's like a fabric base. I think it's about a tenner extra, probably cheaper now. But on a soft woodland floor, or any floor that's soft, you know full well, like they're renowned for digging into the ground and toppling you over. So if you don't want to end up on your backside, I think these are a great purchase. I know, like, it's 10 quid's pretty steep, but if it means you can sit down comfortably without worrying about tipping your chicken madras all down yourself, then I think it's well worth the tenner. Had a very light shower, and I'd like to take a couple of minutes to say thank you to some wonderful people, people that I've only got to know through YouTube and Instagram, and to say how lovely it is to speak and to know and have the conversations that I do with you guys, and it's really appreciated. So very kind-hearted people. Paul, I'll put to the side his YouTube channel and the things that he's gifted me, mate. It's beyond words, you know. So kind of you to send me that, and wow, what a talent to be able to carve something like that. So fragile, delicate work, and highly detailed. That spoon, mate, it's wonderful. You must have spent hours and hours on that, seriously. You've got some real potential there, very skilled. Yeah, so it's so kind. He just gifted me that out of the blue, for no reason whatsoever. He just messages me, "Mate, what's your address? How you doing? What's your address?" And then all of a sudden, through the post, bam! I get that spoon that he spent hours carving. I mean, how kind is that? It's really, really kind. It's lovely of you. And not only that, I also got a knife, and I think it's like a fork that's in like a credit card style thing. Really unique. I haven't seen one of those before. And thank you again for that, mate. You shouldn't have. But believe you me, it really is appreciated. Thanks, mate. Very kind. And to anybody that's not visited his channel, or you know, go and pop over to Paul's channel. It's excellent. He's into his bushcrafting, his wild camping, and not only that, he gets his family out as well, gets the kids out there, and that's great, and that's what it should be all about, getting them off the Xboxes and getting out into this wonderfulness. So please check him out, check his channel out, and his Instagram, and give him a sub. There's another top guy that's just like Paul, just, "Mate, what's your address? How you doing? What's your address?" It's like, all of a sudden I get stuff through the post. Alan sent me, he sent me a wonderful med kit, great big 511 med kit, full of everything, gauzes, bandages, burn treatment, you name it, everything's in there. It's basically full quarter of one of those rocket pouches on the side of my pack there. Mate, it's so kind of you. Not only that, but he gifted me twice. I mean, you know, mate, it's so kind. I don't know what to say other than thank you, and it really is appreciated. You shouldn't have, because, you know, just lovely people that I never thought that were out there, that are clearly out there. This is something that I thought I'd mention that I think is really important, and is not normally, well, as far as I know, it's not included as standard when you buy a first aid kit. Obviously I've added things to this, but this is my thing for getting ticks out my body, off myself. I've never had to use it, thank goodness, but just in case, it's there. And all it does is you put it on your skin underneath the tick, and then the name that's given away in the name is twist, and it twists the tick out and it comes out complete. So there's the instructions. I think that's a really good addition to anybody's first aid kit, med kit in the pack. Yeah, I just thought I'd mention that. You can get those off Amazon. I think they're only a few quid. Well worth carrying. Like I say, fortunately I've never had a tick on me, or a tick bite on me, or fortunately I've never had a tick on me, so I've never had to use them, but it's there if I ever do need it. And it weighs nothing, takes up nothing. Ideal thing to carry. Right, I think it's time I had something to eat. It's tea time. What have we got? I've got sirloin steak, a nice big sirloin steak, and I'm going to have that on, what is it? Weighs a ton. Handcrafted rye sourdough Benetton. So, huge thing, huge steak. It's rather posh for me, isn't it, to be honest? Why not, eh? So, first thing I'm going to do is get my seasoning for the steak. It's ground sea salt, pepper and thyme. I'm going to rub that in. Plenty on. Oh, go on. Go on. A bit more. Yeah. Rub it all in. Give it a slap. turn it over, same on the other side. Rub it all over like that. A bit more. Smells great. Time. It's time to eat steak. Right. So that's covered the steak. It's like a cookery program. Right. Well, there's my steak. So what I've got to do now is get the pan nice and hot, the oil nice and hot, and I'll take it from there. Right, that looks plenty hot enough. Let's have that steak. So I want it medium rare, so it's only going to be like practically a minute each side. Not long at all. Oh, smell it. Whoa, nice. Move that around this way. Oh, it smells amazing. It's a good job you're here for dinner. So I'd be eating it all to myself, wouldn't I, if you weren't here? Oh. About a minute, just over a minute each side. Where's my fork? Oh, it smells amazing. How's it looking? It's looking good. Flip it over. Oh my, look at that. Whoa. Oh my, oh my. So I want it medium rare. Sometimes I have it well done, but it makes it a little tougher, so I'm going to go for medium rare this time. Great little stove. You can't go wrong if you've got the transfer triangle or this Bushbox version. Or Bushbox one, ultralight. That's really good. Oh, it smells so good. Without the pan falling, that's going to be a challenge. Sear the sides. Ooh. And that side, all the way around the edges, around the edges. Imagine this dropping on the woodland floor. That wouldn't be a laughing matter. Right, now the special ingredient. Finish it off in butter. Woohoo! Smells incredible. Oh, so tender. Nicely fried too. Lovely. So that's just about done. Oh, just look at that gorgeousness. Ready to eat. Rather tricky, I don't want to stab through my chair. Right, lovely. Let's have a look, stay there. Oh my god. It's so tender. Oh my god, it just falls apart. Wow. Right. Anyway, I'm going to eat this now, and I won't let you guys watch because I know you want some. Not really. Here you go. This isn't all mine. I got this for you. There you go. You're welcome. Right, I'm having a little stroll around the woodlands, trying to burn that lot off. It was gorgeous. Wow, a belly buster indeed. There's camp somewhere or other. Obviously, I am trying my very best not to damage the bluebells. I don't want to have an impact on them, so I'm doing my very best to keep the damage to a minimum and walk in between as much as I can rather than just flattening them. Wow, I'm still so full. Oh dear. I feel like I've had a 5-course meal. I won't be eating anything else, I tell you. Well, not at least for the next 20 minutes. Nah, I'm only joking. No, it's really nice. Really nice to have steak. I'm not usually that too fussed with steak, but I enjoyed that one. I prefer my tuna steaks if I'm going to have anything. The dappled sunlight through the woodland. Lovely stuff. Right, I'm going to sit down now and do a whole load of nothing. Let that go down. I've done 30 or 40 steps. That's my stroll around the woodland. So it's time for to sit down and let it digest. Surprising, isn't it? Sometimes the quieter you become, the more you can hear. Unless you're with your partner. So peaceful, so very tranquil. I'm still trying to digest that. My food. That rye sourdough bread, really nice with the steak. Very nice, very heavy. Very heavy indeed. Bad for the belly, but good for the soul. And just taking a good hour or so just to focus on the woodland itself, become one with nature. Can and they've got fields of rapeseed, you know, the bright yellow. It covers for miles and miles of fields here, and you can smell that as well. So it really is magical on the senses, all the senses this time of year. It's great to see everything going whoop, back up. The bright green, everything coming back to life. It's always good, isn't it? The wind's picking up again. Did have a shower earlier, but that soon passed over. Got in the tent for a bit, dragged everything in the tent, and had 10 minutes on the thermarest. Lay down for a bit. And I brought a little radio this time, and not to listen to music, but to listen to some talk radio, some chat later on, probably tonight, for I don't know, 10 minutes or so. See if there's any good debates on. See what I can find. It's got a little radio actually, little DAB radio, digital radio. Anyway, back to the relaxing. Isn't it great? The hours and hours I spend just sitting doing nothing in the woods, only in the woods mind. It's just so good for you. It defies words. Usually you've got a good trekking, you've got a heavy backpack on, so that's some good exercise. You've got in and out, and then you're filming like this. If you're doing any filming, that can be, that's hard work. Setting up and doing take after take, cutting out all the bad language. Oh, my early videos I used to swear. I just used to put it in, I didn't bother editing it out, but nowadays I've cleaned up my act a bit, because yeah, I know some younger family members watch some of the videos, and yeah, I try not to swear. It does happen, so if it does, it's edited out. Tell you the truth, it's not that much swearing goes on in the woods. It doesn't work, but not out here. Out here it's a peaceful, relaxing environment, and makes you better inside. Very calming. A form of meditation. Anyway, I'm going to shut up, and I'll see you in a bit. I'll probably see you later on, twilight or something like that, and I'll be getting everything ready for getting some good night's sleep. Sleep all that food off. See you in a bit. Right, time's getting on now. It's probably about 20 to 9, and I'm pretty tired, so I'm looking forward to a good night's sleep. I can't wait to get into the sleeping bag, to be honest. I've had a good tidy round. Oh, lovely and cosy, in bed at last. It's lovely and warm in here. Right, it's time for some bedtime stories, or maybe a bedtime video of me spraining my ankle. Oh no. Right, I'm going to show you the footage to me making a fool of myself and hurting myself all at once. So this was the filming for the intro to my latest video, to my next video. So what it was, I was going in one of my usual woodlands, and I decided as I was walking in, I'd try and find another location. Why I did that? Well, I don't know why I got that bright idea in my head. So I was already behind on time, and I had a scout round and no success. So I ended up going back to one of my old locations within the woodlands. So I was already behind time and I wasted yet even more time. So anyway, for this intro, I was going to climb up this fallen tree, which was about, I don't know, about 5.5 foot off the ground. Not too high, but high enough anyway. So I started walking up this tree, going up this tree behind this camera, and I was going to jump down in front of the camera and spin round mid-air like Spider-Man. Oh my god, like Spider-Man, and drop down and say hello to everyone and do the usual thing on an intro. Great idea. Not. So anyway, I hope you enjoy the video, and what can I say? Oh. Yeah. I won't do that again, I tell you. It's took me weeks to get my ankle back to normal, or more or less back to normal. I don't know, the saft things that you do, or I do at times. You've got to laugh at yourself now and again, haven't you? You can't laugh at yourself, then, you know. Anyway, back to this tent. Very spacious. It's supposed to be a 2-man tent. It would be quite tight with two men, 2 soldiers in here, but it'd be doable. 3, definitely not. It really would be a squeeze and it'd be very uncomfortable. One thing that I did notice about the mesh, you've got the mesh ventilation above each doorway, top and bottom, and you've also got the mesh panels that are covered, you know, with Velcro covers that pull down, so you can open or close those. All the mesh is quite, how can I say, it's quite, it's not fine. It's enough to stop like mosquitoes and your bigger insects, but if you've got, like, if you live somewhere like Scotland or whatever, in Scotland, and they have like a lot of biting midges, I can imagine they'd get through this mesh pretty easily, because they're minute, aren't they, a lot of the midges. Looking at it, it is really quite coarse. It'd be interesting to see, you know, how it get on with midges around. I can just see them getting in here, because it's nowhere near as fine as like your typical bug netting. Here's the built-in ground sheet. is like almost like a double layered. It's like twice as thick as the outer fly, if you want to call it that. The outer fly, it's twice as thick, and it's almost like got like a rubberized coating on it. That's nice. So anyway, I'm going to shut my eyes now and get some sleep. And I do hope you enjoyed that little video of the little clip of me injuring myself. Oh, the soft things. So anyway, I'm going to say good night to you all now, and I'll see you in the morning. All being well. Take care. See you very soon. Morning. Well, decent night's sleep, not the best. Broken sleep for no particular reason, just one of those nights, I guess. No rainfall, no frost. It's about 1 degree out there at a push, not quite a frost, but very fresh indeed. Yeah, so I'm still pretty tired. Like I say, I've had broken sleep, but that was no issue due towards the tent or anything like that. It's just one of those nights. Yeah, it's really pleased with this tent. Very spacious, especially for one person. Great, and the only real issue is, like I said, if you're gonna use it in the warmer months, you know, the drier months. I'd use it then rather than throughout. You know, if it's going to be really heavy rainfall, overcast, then I really wouldn't recommend this tent. But if you seam seal it, then I guess it should be fine. The only other issue that I said about it is the bug netting, the vents around it. The actual mesh of the bug netting isn't fine enough, I don't think, for midges. So there's the netting itself, and for scale I'll use like a pen. So you can see that any midges I think are going to get through there, or any really small insects are going to get through. This particular morning there's no real condensation to speak of. It's like very slightly damp. There's no water droplets actually on the inside of the fabric. I'll just show you. Yeah, there's nothing. I can get it to focus on the fabric. There's no real droplets as such on either side. Nothing dry. Right, it's time to get up. Oh, it's lovely and warm in here. I really don't want to get out of this, but that hot drinks are calling me. Make a nice hot drink, another hot chocolate, I think. So, yeah, I have to literally force myself up in the morning. Let's get this drink on. I'm going to have this and pack everything away, strike down camp and make my way out of here. I've got to go down to Coventry, so I need to get on move on this morning. So what I'll do now is I'll pack most of my stuff away. Everything's so much easier to deal with, isn't it? To cope with after your first cuppa in the morning. I know it is for me. Cheers. Oh, piping hot and lovely. Yeah, so I'm just making the most of my last half an hour, 40 minutes or so here before I sit back and take in all this beautifulness. Absolutely amazing. I love the way the ferns are coming up now and they're shooting up between the bluebells. That looks incredible. Packed away, nice and tidy. Obviously when I originally picked this location, I picked a spot that had very few bluebells on the woodland floor, as you can see. Right, let's make our way out of here. So sadly another camp comes to an end. I've had a great time and I'd like to thank you all for joining me. I hope you've enjoyed watching this and yeah, I'd like to say thank you very much to you all. It's I really appreciate you and I look forward to hearing from you and having a little chat. So until next time, will be very soon, hopefully. I'll say see ya, and it's goodbye from Black Country Woodsman. Take care. See ya.